All right. Hey there. All right. I don't think anybody's here yet, but I had some people joining me, so we'll see. You're probably going to get interrupted by some crazy people in this house. So sorry, but I wanted to put some stuff together because on our director's page, oh, by the way, I'm Leah, and I am the director for Sweet Smells of Success. Whoop, whoop. So I'm a pretty brand new director, but I'm really excited, and this is my year, y'all. Same for you. So I saw Janae ask some questions about how to talk to realtors, how to market to realtors, and I know that we have lots of realtors that are also Scentsy consultants, so I am super excited to hear feedback from them as well. But this is something that I've already been kind of working on and then kind of tweaking as well. And I wanted to share it with you guys because it's really an untapped market. And so it's really awesome because you can get into some good stuff. Actually, I think if you're not a realtor, it might help you a little bit more because I know for me, once I got into real estate, I was kind of like, well, I can't like ask my realtor friends to buy Scentsy from me. That's a total like mind block, and I've just got to get over it. So, and I know like Eva Woodward, she does an awesome job of getting in on that, and she does amazing with her presentation for her realtors gifts. So, anyway, I'm going to kind of jump into it, and if you guys have questions, let's see, there's supposed to be a little, I don't see the thingy. There we go. So if you have questions, there should be a little chat box. You can chat in there or type in there, and I'll try to answer that as best as I can. And if you have feedback or whatever, add that too, because I want to hear it. Okay. So I just kind of quickly threw together some notes today, and I can share like my written notes because I'm going to be looking at the screen. It's not real pretty, but this is kind of what I'm going by, and I can share it with you if you want later. So here's the dealio. So there's different ways how to find realtors and approach realtors, right? So you're going to have, you are going to have family and friends who are realtors. You're going to have friends and family who are buying and selling their house. So you can ask for referrals for them. Also, any of your customers, if they are realtors already, or if they are buying or selling their house, if they know anybody buying or selling their house, right? Because this whole business is word of mouth. So you ask for referrals. You just let them know, like, hey, I'm looking to team up with some realtors. Who do you recommend? Okay. If you're on Facebook, I see this all the time. If you know somebody looking to buy or sell on Facebook, because they'll post things like in your neighborhood or the swap meets, yard sale pages. If they're looking for a realtor, you'll notice that realtors just they're kind of like roaches scattering, like they come out of the woodwork. Kind of like Scentsy consultants when somebody asks for a Scentsy consultant. So when people are asking for one, realtors come out of everywhere because they want the business, right? So you can kind of you want to make kind of a personal connection with them, just like you do your customers. You don't want to come out and just ask for the sale right away. Make a little bit of a connection with them, and then you need to show the value that you will bring to the realtor's business, okay? Because really real estate and Scentsy or any sales aren't really all that different at commission-based sales because they're not making money until they sell something. So, they want to get the most for their money. They want to get a good deal. They want to make sure they're taken care of, just like anybody else. So just keep that in mind. It's like a lot of realtors aren't made of money, regardless of what people think. I wish we were, but we're not. But really the most effective way to get an audience with realtors is to walk into their office. This could be scary, right? You might have to face some fears with this one because it's a professional setting and you're going to basically be asking for a meeting. What you want to do is, it kind of works different with different brokerages, but like for instance, my brokerage, the gal that we had working the front desk, she was our director of first impressions, and she's the one that scheduled all that. But sometimes you might have to talk to the broker in charge. Okay, that's usually the big boss, the broker in charge. So you might just want to ask, like, who schedules the luncheons that you have, the lunch meetings, training lunches, however you want to word it. So typically, almost every brokerage has a training meeting about once a week or once every 2 weeks. So you want to get in that meeting because realtors, it's crazy, y'all, but we love to eat, which is probably why I've gained so much weight lately. But we enjoy food, and almost every brokerage kind of has the rule, might be different, but they kind of have the rule that if you want an audience with their realtors, then you have to provide lunch. So this is not like, you know, you make chicken salad at home and bring chicken salad, excuse me. But, you know, you can do something catered. Typically, it's not like a huge amount of people, but it is an investment. It's going to be tax write-off, but it's an investment that you're going to have to decide whether you want to make that or not with your business. But this will get you people, normally realtors that don't come to the office a lot, they will come for the free food, and then you have an audience with them. So that's really the most effective way, okay? You can also just walk in and ask if you can leave your information in a warmer and do it kind of like you would do salons or other businesses. But I'm here to tell you that with real estate, it's way different because you're going to have a lot of realtors that work out of that office that never darken the doors there, or they'll only darken the doors when there's food or training or something like that. So they're never even going to see your product, okay? So getting the meeting is the best way to do it. You can do a catered lunch, or you can provide Velata. So that kind of makes it a little bit easier. You can show them how it's done as you're talking a little bit, makes the presentation fun. You probably want to have a little bit of it cooked before they get there because you want to know probably about how many to expect. But you can make it simple. It doesn't have to be a huge extravagant lunch either. You know, you can do crepes with like one meat, one veggie, and cheese or something. Because, I mean, you really want to keep it simple no matter what. On to the next thing. Okay, so good realtors are very busy, and they don't really have time for the little things. Good realtors hire transaction coordinators to do all the paperwork for them after they get a house under contract so that they can move on to the next thing, because they're not really making any more money having to do all the paperwork and this and that and this and that for a closing. If they can get you under contract, then they're trying to find somebody else. They're trying to find a new client, get another house under contract, okay? So time is very precious to them. And the good realtors, that's who you want, right? You want the people that are actually making money. And you can get the realtors that are new to the business. That's great. That's really good for recruiting, the recruiting aspect especially. But as far as big sales, repeat customers, that sort of thing, and getting into bigger audiences, you want the ones that are making a lot of money selling a lot of houses. So you don't want to bog anybody down with a bunch of details, or like, oh, you can have this whole catalog of products. Look, you can have this, 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 this. You want to have your combos of whatever you want to provide. You want to have those already set with the prices already set, including the taxes. Okay, of course, you're probably not going to have shipping because you're going to have specials that are at least the minimums for free shipping. Or if it's Velata, you know, you'll have that shipping already kind of included, right? You just kind of do a mock order. So you want to tell them you can offer like this gift, like here's this pricing. And you've got the realtor specials, which have been used for years. So you can kind of price it out, like this is for a deluxe set. This is for a lampshade set. This is for combo sets, like however you want to do it, okay? I wouldn't offer too many of those combos. And then you just want to have that already set. You might want to have flyers out, maybe probably in a book or a binder, so they can take a look and they can say, okay, I want that one. That actually would probably be the best way to do it. That might do that actually. It's genius. So have them printed out, and you can use a book with the page protectors and have it printed out. Okay, this is the deluxe set. This is the lampshade set, whatever. And okay, I have questions coming in. Gail, I'll answer you in just a minute. If I answer you now, then I'll forget my train of thought here. So you just kind of want to have those set. You don't want to have too many combos done, but you want to make it easy for them to say, okay, yep, I want that one. Okay. And just remember, they're there. You have the audience basically because you paid for it with providing their lunch or whatever the brokerage makes you do to get the audience, but they're really there like to get in and out. Okay, so you want to make sure that you don't lose them with too much information or overwhelming them. Okay, so this is kind of the hook. This is how I've gotten my realtor friends to invest in some product for their clients. Okay, there's a couple of things I want to touch on. I do all the work for them. Okay, I mean, they pick out the warmers. So, but I'll give them like, hey, I think this might be good or this might be good as far as it could fit in just about any decor. Okay. So unless they're really like, I am personally a realtor that I choose not to do a ton of real estate business because I work my Scentsy business a lot. And so when I give gifts to my clients, I personalize them a lot. So like, I really love to do the charmer warmers and personalize it based on my client. I had a closing, my last closing, she loves the beach. So I'm collecting sand and shells and put it in her charmer warmer with some of the stones that come with it. So it's not like compacted, but you will have some realtors that you don't want to discount the ones that don't do a lot of business because it might be by choice. But they might be good recruits, and they might be good for things like that to make very specific, meaningful gifts to the clients. But if you say, okay, look, this classic black curve warmer, we need to get 8 of them. Each one gets, 3 bars, or each one gets 2 bars, especially, I can't think right now. And then you could throw in a room spray, okay? So you wrap it up nicely. Again, Eva has a great way of how she wraps hers up. They're gorgeous. I don't think I could do that. So it's that pretty. But you include your contact information in there, and you can, put in a little blurb about the realtor, plugging the realtor, like, oh, your realtor's so great. I love him, her. And if you love this product, you can give me a call if you have any issues, whatever. Okay. So all the realtor has to do is drop it off. You can offer to deliver for the realtor. And I would just let them know that you can do that. However, the whole point, what you're doing for this realtor is getting them face-to-face with their clients more. Because what happens is if a realtor provides like amazing service, okay, I have worked with clients in real estate. They hire me because they had a really great realtor, and I just can't remember her name. I have no idea who that is. It happens with us in Scentsy too, right? So the point is to get their face in front of their clients and past clients every once in a while so they're not forgotten. And the biggest challenge for realtors is, guess what? It's the follow-up. It's crazy. It's like an epidemic up in here. So You want them to get in front of their clients, but you want them to get your product in front of clients, right? So a great way to have them do it not just once, but repeatedly. I mean, you can recruit them. Hello, that'd be great. But you get them to deliver their gift to the clients. And typically, I really like to give my closing gift to my buyers about a month after we have closed, because here's why. So you have your closing, and you're working with a buyer, and they're so excited. We got a new house. You're so great. You're the best realtor ever. And you're like, I know. But then they start moving. And I don't know about you, but moving is not fun. So then you're like finding out some things really quick about your house that you might not have thought about before. Like, man, these stairs are really steep. And this corner is really small when you're trying to like move a big piece of furniture or something. And then people might be cussing you out as the realtor, you know. So you don't want to give the gift at closing when they're at their happiest and highest. You want to give them a little time, let them move in and get kind of over any kind of like craziness they had when they moved in. And then you want to show up with the closing gift and be like, hey, I've been thinking about you. How do you love your house? Oh, here's a great gift. It's going to fit right there on your mantle or whatever. Okay. So I recommend to deliver about a month after so they can actually order it with the closing money that they get, which is awesome. And then my second hook is this. Keep up with the clients. You want to get information about the clients, but you want to keep up with when that realtor ordered for those specific clients, because you want to keep up with that realtor about quarterly at least. Okay, that's every 3 months. So what you can do is, and I have a realtor doing this with me, I've offered to her, like, you can either buy bars to give to your past clients, so then they can have a new bar every few months, bar of wax, or you can do chocolates with Velata, or cheeses or rubs, crepe mix. You know, of course they tend to go through like crepe mix and stuff a little bit faster, so maybe the rubs would be really, really good. But you can just offer samples also. You can do the scent of the month sample with Scentsy. You can just pick different rub samples, chocolate samples, whatever, with Velata. And so every 3 months, unless they want to do it more, and then they, maybe they can do like a little club membership with you to get like the whole thing, and then you offer that to them every 3 months so that your information is still there, but they are face-to-face with their previous client, and they're always staying top of mind with their client. And then you are planting seeds with the realtor, and you're planting seeds with the client. And you can also follow up with the client and be like, hey, how did you like your chocolate? Hey, how did you like your wax? Did you like that sample? We don't say how did you like it. Did you love that wax? What's your favorite part? Okay, you don't ever want to ask them to say no. And when you say, how did you like it? They can be like, well, no. So you want to be like, hey, was that like the most amazing chocolate ever? Or you can say, what was your favorite part about XYZ? Okay. So anyway, that's what you want to do. It'd be great if you can set up like a little program with realtors, and they can either buy so much from you monthly. But if they do that, I would recommend doing the work for them as far as separating them if they're going to do samples, because if they have to do the work and they're not employed by Scentsy Velata, they're not going to keep up with it because they're busy enough as it is trying to generate their own leads and business. Make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so for the samples, if you want to do samples monthly or quarterly or whatever, you can do the molds with the wax if you want to. You can give them like an entire cube if you want to. So, maybe the realtor can buy 1 bar and you can do so many samples from it. Or you can do 6 packs. Excuse me. You can do the same thing with Velata with the chocolates, the meltables, and the Belgian chocolate's awesome as far as as if it's not summer months in South Carolina. It's like mush, but you know, you can separate it. I would recommend you separate it out for them. If you're going to do that, like, you'll score so many points with them and they love you. And then guess what? They know all about the referral business. So they're going to refer customers to you. And then you can refer clients to them, unless you do both like me. And then you'd be like, oh no, I can take care of your Scentsy needs. Oh no, I can take care of your real estate needs. So, you know, I'm awesome. It's cool. Okay, and I've already said you want to do that about 4 times a year. Okay, another way you can help realtors. How long am I going here? Okay, I just have a little bit left, probably. I talk too much. Okay, so this is another exciting way you can help realtors. So, realtors, now this will typically kind of be aimed at your newer realtors or the ones that just don't have a great customer base, client base. So they are trying to get more clients. Because a lot of times the realtor that lists a house that's selling somebody's house, they're not the one that is going to sit in an open house, okay? But other realtors out of that brokerage will sit in that open house trying to sell that house and trying to get more clients as well. So you can offer, when you go to your meeting and provide the food, you can offer, okay, I can do gifts. I can also help you with your open houses to be more successful, okay? So you can do one of two things. You can offer to lend them the products to have at their open house. So you can lend them warmers and wax and room sprays for Scentsy, or you can lend them crepes and chocolates and cheesecakes and cheese and syrups, like whatever you want to do for Velata. Or you can offer to sit in the open house with them. Now, this is kind of like a vendor event, except that you don't have to pay for it, which is nice. Now, the only thing is you want to make sure that this realtor is working hard to get the word out about the open house. You want to ask like how they do their marketing and that sort of thing, because you don't want to waste your time, because sometimes open houses only get like one person, and then sometimes it's like a revolving door. So it's kind of like a vendor event, but again, could very well be worth your time. Okay, so if you offer to sit in the open house, if you're doing Scentsy, then I would recommend doing a sample bar with, you know, different fragrances of your wax. And, you know, but you really want to make sure you have good communication with your realtor to find out like kind of how much space you have, what the price point of the house is, and that sort of thing. And you know, you don't want to have too much, because again, it's not really about your business. You're just there to kind of plant seeds and get in their head and help the realtor, right? So I would recommend a sample bar with maybe 4 or 5 different samples, something small, and then you can have your contact information, send them out the flyers, product brochures to hand out, okay? So that's really, really good, because then you're talking to people and you can get their information to you. And if you have Velata, so I actually use Velata in all my open houses. I use Scentsy too. But I like to stand apart from all the other realtors in my area and do crepes and coffee, because a lot of people do wine and cheese. So luckily we have some amazing cheese that you can share with the wine. So you can do that if realtors want to do that, and they like to do that because it's super easy, and it would be super easy for you because you can do cheese fondue and maybe a couple dips. We say, yeah, I do wine and cheese. You know, you buy the wine, I'll buy the cheese, whatever. Or you can do crepes and coffee. You can do chocolate and cheese. I mean, there's really, it's really up to you. And you can, you know, just give the realtor a couple of different options. But if you're different than what everybody else does, that makes that realtor feel special because they are standing out, okay? And they can advertise that, hey, I'm going to have crepes at my open house. Come on over, okay? And you can, you know, you can work with the realtor too on the cost, because typically they're going to have to buy stuff for that open house, right? So if you're doing Scentsy, then and you don't sell Velata, then they're still going to have to provide food. So that's kind of like I don't know if I would charge for that or not. But if you are doing Velata, then you can maybe charge for the crepes, or, like I probably wouldn't charge for everything, because, it's a tax write-off for you. It's an event. You're trying to build a business, just like it is for a vendor event, and there's no sitting fee there. So that's kind of an opinion, price, a choice that you have to make. Hopefully I'm not going way too fast for you guys. Okay, so here's what to sell, kind of an idea, okay? I haven't, like I said, I haven't gotten into this a ton. I just have kind of bashfully gone over to some of my realtor friends, and they've seen my posts on Facebook, because I really hardly ever post about real estate. So they've come to me, like especially around Christmas. It was awesome. But there's a realtor special that I did not create, and you can find, and I can't remember who posted it under our directors page. I think Eva, maybe. But there's a realtor special that you can do with the warmers and wax, or warmers, wax, and room sprays. And so just some other ideas that I've thought of is, like, you can do a groom kit, because some homeowners are bachelors. So you can do just Scentsy groom, like just the 3 products, easy peasy. You can do the skin kits for the women. You can do the 3 products, or you can do a combination. You can do all 6 of them. You can do whatever, okay? Your imagination. The best thing here is take my ideas and then make it your own, because I haven't perfected this yet anyway. So if you follow exactly what I do, you might fall on your face, just saying. So you have to make it your own. Another great idea, because it's a new house, is that they're going to have to keep it clean. So do the Scentsy clean items, or do the laundry items, or do a combo. One great thing I thought about, though, is if you do the laundry items and then they get hooked on it, then they can become a VIP. So especially if you follow up, because that's the big thing, is to get these clients information and follow up with them. Or if the realtor is not comfortable doing that, just keep following up the realtor, okay? Because they're going to be super, super busy, hopefully, if they're, really into their business, and they're not going to remember to follow up with you. But then you call and be like, hey, have you had any closings? Do you need any gifts? Do you do any open houses? They're going to be like, oh my God, yes, where have you been? I love you, right? It's all about staying in front of mind, even if you're awesome. Okay, so for Velata, that was for Scentsy, right? So for Velata, here's the thing. I don't really know why this is such a huge deal, but ever since I've gotten into real estate, knives, that's like all I see as far as people trying to sell me knives for my clients. And I'm like, why would I buy your knife? My knife is better, Now, the only difference is, I have not looked into this, but most realtors will get their knives engraved with their information, which I think it's kind of crazy. But they do that because when the client cuts stuff and has the knife, and there's there's my realtor's information on my knife, so I don't think you can do it with a lot of knives. I've never really looked into it, but I just think gifting the knives would be enough, so that when somebody says, oh my gosh, I love your knives, they'll be like, oh my gosh, my realtor gave me that knife. It's not crazy, because that's such a great knife. So knives are huge. So offer the knives. I probably wouldn't do the whole set, because a realtor's not going to spend $300 on one client. So I would do, but you can offer, like, oh, here's kitchen shears, here's this knife. Offer them a couple different options with the knives, not too many. And then Oh, so even if they buy the knives from you, you can still follow up with chocolates, cheese, and wraps and stuff. So they can still be providing stuff that ties in with their original gift to a client, but it's a little bit different. So that's kind of cool too, because it makes them stand out. Because who does that? Nobody. Hello, nobody does that. So your realtor's gonna do that though, right? Because you're gonna go up there and be like, look, you're gonna stand out with my products, and I'm gonna make sure that you're always in the front of your clients' minds. And in doing that, you're always gonna be in the front of their minds. It's like mind blowing, right? Okay. Another thing that I thought of, this is the last thing that I have, and then I will get to Gail's question that she messaged me with. I think I've kind of answered that already. But like a welcome home kit, you can do like rubs, just a mixture of some of the different stuff that we have, like some of the maybe lower price items, like the rubs, the cheesecake, the syrup, the meltables or the Belgian chocolate, or you can do a crepe maker combo, kind of like what the Christmas special was, which I think was crepe mix and the crepe maker and a syrup, I believe. And I would love, like, I really have not, because my mind has just been like, so I haven't been able to sit and like write out all of the different combos that I'd like to provide for realtors. But if you want to brainstorm with me, let's totally do that, and we can come up with some great ideas. But again, you know, make it your own and keep it simple. You want to keep it simple, and just always remember with realtors that it's all about what's in it for them, just like our customers. But you want them to know, like, hey, I want you to get repeat business. I want you to get referrals. Okay. So if you're helping them get referrals and using your product, then they're going to just love you. They're just going to love you. So, and then their clients are going to love you too. Just saying. Okay. Let me real quick. I don't see anybody's questions, because that's all I have for information. Give me just a second. Okay, Gail says, what types of specials for Velata do you put together? Do you have flyers? Okay, Gail, I will work on my flyers and packets. If you want to work with me, that'd be great. I don't have any right now. I'm sorry. Can you see that? Okay, does anybody else have any questions or feedback or anything they want to add? I see people in here, but nobody's saying anything. Hopefully my chat works. So if there are no questions, I'm going to go ahead and end this, but I want this to be like a revolving thing. I'm learning new stuff every day, and I'm always excited. Okay. It's weird to like, I don't know, it's weird. I'm probably doing something wrong on here. I'm always excited to learn from all the other leaders and my frontline and anybody out there that wants to help me. And I'm always willing to help you guys, because I just have to do a little shout out to my girl Erin, who lives like, you know, a stone's throw away, and she's super successful. I'm, you know, getting there, and I'm super successful. And we have only ever run across the same person one time that she was talking to a little bit, and it was my daughter's teacher. And so my daughter, but she doesn't use Scentsy a whole lot, so that wasn't like a huge deal. But there's room for everybody. So even if there's like 50 of you watching this within a 4-mile radius of me, you're probably not going to go to my brokerage because I don't work close. So that's okay. There are thousands of realtors out there, so there's plenty of room for everybody to get this done. So anyway, I hope this helped you guys, and I look forward to your feedback and more ideas so that we can kind of constantly evolve this and really kind of hone our skills on the market of realtors. All right, so I'll see you guys soon. Oh, I set my